Hello there, everyone. Welcome to my craft room. My name is Dara Walter of Pickled Peppers Creative Cafe at pickledpepperscreative.com. Always a tongue twister. Hello and welcome to Crafty Thursday. Hello. Come on in. How are you this week? Hopefully you are doing fantastic. Hopefully you are in a crafty mood and you're ready to see something different and exciting. So hello, come on in. Hi Julie, I see Julie is watching. Hey, how are you? Hello. What kind of week are you having? Hopefully you're having a crafty week and that you're ready to add something new to your crafty plate. Welcome. Oh, let's see. I almost forgot something. I have to hook us up here to our other device. Let's see. There is quite the little setup when you're recording. So one of the things I like to do is so that I can see your comments and my hands as I'm creating with you, I hook my device up to another monitor. So sometimes I like to do it afterwards, and sometimes the commands change. So always interesting. I never know what to expect. That's the moral of that story. So hello, come on in. We're gonna chat just a little bit, but tonight we're gonna jump right to it. We're gonna turn the camera down. We're gonna take a look at the products that we're gonna be using tonight, and then we're going to create. How does that sound? I do have one announcement for you tonight, and then a little bit of housekeeping. Let's see, it's about 17 after. Thank you so much for the thumbs up and the hearts. I love them. Thank you. It helps Facebook to know that I share cute things with you. So that always makes me excited. All right, so it's about 18 after. Why don't we go ahead and turn down? Hey, I don't know if I ever shared with you that my house is a football household. We love football, and we watch football on Sunday nights, on Monday nights, and or Sunday, not Sunday night, because Sunday day too, right? And Thursday nights. So we're usually chomping at the bit to get a good football game on Thursday. So let's go ahead and that's just something to know about me. I'm a football gal. I never played football, not seriously. Of course, I grew up with brothers and an uncle. So, you know, what's a girl to do? Sometimes when you grow up with all boys, you have to, if you want to be included, you have to kind of do what they want you to do because you're outnumbered, right? And that certainly was my situation. So I just developed a love for football because of that. And so here we are. So that's a little tidbit about me. All right, let's go ahead and turn down. Don't forget to say hi if you are here watching live, and if you're watching on YouTube or if you're watching the replay, certainly say hi in the comments. I absolutely love to know that you're here and to chat with you, so that makes my heart happy as well. So thank you. Hi Beth, I just turned down and I see you on my other monitor. How are you? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. You haven't missed much. I was just saying hello and chatting a little bit. So I'm super excited that you guys are here. We're going to get started pretty soon here. So like I said, I do have one announcement for you tonight, and just the regular housekeeping things. Once again, if you're watching the replay or if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to leave a comment. I love to hear from you. Let me know where you're watching from. And also, I love to hear how you're doing, especially if you have plans to be crafty. That really excites me. I just love it. You know, one crafty spirit to another. So let me know that. If you like what I'm creating tonight, don't forget to like, give a thumbs up, heart, love, whatever reaction you want to give. And then if you want to share my video with your crafty friends, I would love that as well. And then don't forget to chat with me. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the announcement. Actually, two of them. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. Thank you so much. One announcement is the host code. So this is the new host code for October. And what the host code does is if you decide to shop with me, if there's something that you need or love and can't live without, when you check out, if you use the host code, once your order gets to a certain threshold, actually it's going to be $50. This host code will allow me to send you free gifts. So that's what I do with that. So this is the new host code of the month. It changes every month. And the other thing about the host code is if you attend events with me, the event has its own unique host code. So you'll only use this if you're shopping and you're not connected with an event. So that's what that is there. Oh, and the other thing is this month, the starter kit is on sale. So it's kind of unique. This is Stampin' Up's 35th year. And so they've done kind of a little play off of that. So I just want to let you know that there's a starter kit special. So there are two options. You can get $35 off of the starter kit. So you get the $99 plus free shipping, $99 of product. Or you can choose to add 35% more products to your starter kit. So if that's something that interests you, certainly leave a comment and let me know. Hi, Amy. Hello, hello. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. Welcome, welcome to my craft room. Let's get started. So you guys, if you're not aware of online exclusives, if you are in my online store, in the left panel, the left pane there is an option for online exclusives. So Stampin' Up has a selection of products that are only available online. And tonight's products that we're using are online exclusives. I have been chomping at the bit to use it, and it went on unavailable. It sold out really, really quickly. But I'm happy to say that it is in stock again in the online store, so I was super excited about it. No way, no how was I not going to use it tonight. Because I've been waiting to share it with you. And I do want to tell you, so things seem to be selling out rather quickly. So the moral of that story is if you see something you really love, nab it because it may go unorderable. Some things come back, some don't. This is an online exclusive. It is only available online. It is called Trucking Along. Look at that truck. Isn't it the cutest? We're going to be using that truck. We're going to be talking about some of the elements in it, and it has a coordinating punch. So you can use it with or without the stamp set, right? You can use the punch to create. How popular are little trucks right now? They are so super popular. The little red truck. My thing is to make the truck other colors, because the little red truck is really, really popular. I am a bit of a rebel. I'll tell you that right up front. And so my truck, your truck tonight is not going to be red. It's not going to be Christmas, but you can see, you see this Christmas tree. So it's two-step stamping. You know, I'm a huge fan of that. It makes filling in colors really easy. Not a lot of fuss. You don't have to do any coloring. You just do some stamping and you're done. So I love it for that reason. It helps me to create cards quickly. But so you'll see each of them have, there's an outline and then there's a color fill. So you just stamp it, the outline, stamp the color or the fill in, and voila, voila. Same for the truck. So there's a Christmas tree there. Let's look. There is a gate, a wooden rail for the inside or the back of the truck. There is a tree. We're going to use this tree outside of the truck, so it's going to be scenery. But there's all kinds of things. There's a little palm tree And look at Christmas presents. So if you're using this for Christmas, and you know, people love it. People love the red chalk for that. So, but yeah, I couldn't wait to use this when I saw that it was back in the store. I decided to use it with you. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. There are a lot of little pieces there, but we're going to use the truck. This is the tire fill. We'll see how to do that. Oh, there's clouds. There's clouds for your scenery too. Hi, Anna. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for hanging out in the craft room. How are you? Good to see you. See, my air quotes. All right, let's go ahead and get started talking about what we're using. So, remember I just told you that I was going to use this little tree for scenery. And I found something similar. You know, I like to go through my designer series paper and see if there's something similar that will go along with what I'm using. And tonight I did. So I'm using the, can you see that? The Countryside in 12 by 12 designer series paper. It is Night of Navy. I think Balmy Blue, Misty Moonlight. Let's see. They're all blues. Boho Blue, Misty Moonlight, Night of Navy, and Balmy Blue is what Stampin' Up says. And look, true to my word, look at that tree. I squealed when I saw it. So we're going to be using this piece of designer series paper. And I love this paper also. It is in, I can't remember which catalog it's in. But, so I think it might be in the main catalog. So we're using it, and another thing that I love is that we can use both sides of the designer series paper. Always a fan of that. So let's put this aside and see what else we have. We have a card base that is, it is 8 1/4 by 4 1/4. So it's a little bit shorter, you see that. And I have scored it at 5 1/2. So let's turn it this way so it makes a little more sense. So we have a short side and we have a long side, and you know, we'll bring our bone folder in and give it a little bit of a fold. And let me tell you that this is not going to fold the way that you think it is. It's going to go from the bottom up. You see that? So we're doing something a little bit different. I've done this before, but so we're going to go from the bottom up. So this is our basic white. Our basic white comes in 2 thicknesses, regular basic white and thick basic white. If you're making a card base, you're going to want the thick. All right, let's talk about what else we have here. So I have 2 pieces of the designer series paper that we talked about. And we've seen that designer series paper before. I can show you a bit more of it. If you want to see it, let me know in the comments and I'll show you what I have left. I've used it quite a bit. But we have 2 pieces. One is 3 3/4 by 5, and the other is, that's this larger piece, and the other is 2 1/4 by 3 1/4, I believe. Let's double check it now, right? 1, 2, 3. It is 4. That is not the right piece. Can't be. Can't be, can't be, can't be. That's a scrap piece. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I was right. So 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. So we're going to use the reverse sides of each of those. And then I have 2 pieces of the Night of Navy cardstock, and I've gone ahead and cut them in advance as well. I have a piece that is 5 1/4 by 4, and then we have a piece that is 2 1/2 by 4. So both of these are 4, and then both of your designer series papers are 3 3/4. So let me just kind of show you. You can see how it's going to layer. Let's pull the smaller piece right out. So as you can imagine, the smaller piece of designer series paper is going to go on the smaller mat, Night of Navy mat, and then the larger on the larger. And then if you're looking at our card, then you can see that we have that small little flap in the front. So we have some paper crumbs. So this is going to layer here. And then we have the larger piece that is going to go on the inside. And I love those trees, so we are going to see them this is the inside of the card where the trees go. So these are the bare bones of the card. This is how it's going to layer up. And actually, let me show you up close. I can see it, but let me show you up close. This is directional. You see the little flowers? I don't know what kind of flowers those are. You guys tell me, what do you think they are? I don't know what they are. I never know. Other than cute, I know that. So make sure that you get them in the right direction. So either way, if you have this designer series paper, you could totally flip them around. You could do like all the same pattern, because that looks good and it will look good on this card. Or you can like flip this over if you wanted and have the smaller part with the trees. It's really not gonna matter. And then we have some die cuts here. So the, let's see if I kept the dies here. Oh, I did. I was a good girl. So, you know, guys, I keep telling you about the stylish shapes. They are absolutely my favorite. They are my favorite because I'm not going to pull them out again this week, but there are lots of yumminess. There are banners, so flag banners, stitched squares, and stitched circles. So we're using those again because I wanted circles. I have a penchant for circles. I don't know. This would look good with the squares as well. It would look good with any shape actually, but I chose circles because I have a proclivity and I like them. All right, so I have a Night of Navy. This is the largest stitched circle, and then I have a basic white, which is also the largest, and then I have the next smallest in basic white as well. So we're going to be using them, and then we're going to stamp. So let's go ahead and do some stamping. So we're going to stamp on the smaller of the basic white circles, okay? This is going to be our scenery. And I'm going to bring a little bit of my little scrap cardboard that I use to stamp on to try and preserve my grid paper as much as possible. And then in terms of inks, I just brought some out. And we're using Misty Moonlight, so I brought that out. We're using, I'm not going to use the Balmy Blue. I brought it out, but no, I am not feeling it. And then we have Gray Granite, which I think we might use a little bit, but I might use the black for the black memento for the wheels. And then I have some Old Olive. So I really think I'm going to stick with I don't like using a whole lot of different ink, so I think we're going to stick with these three, and I have the black memento. So how about that? Misty Moonlight, and I'll change my mind, or I'll grab another if I change my mind. Let's say that. All right, so we're going to build a little bit of a scenery right on this die cut circle, and let me tell you, all of the little pieces, I've gone ahead, I've gotten them all mounted because I played with this a little bit. You know, when this went, when it sold out, I had just gotten it, and it sold out very quickly. And so I didn't play with it much. I think I made one card for a swap with my team. I have to give them a shout out. The Pickled Perfect Stampers. Yay, there's my shout out to my team. And I think I used it for a swap card for my team, but then I put it away because I didn't know when it was going to be available again. But let me show you on the face of the stamp what we're going to be using. So we're going to use that tree, the fluffy tree, the fluffy tree and the fill. We're going to use that. And then there is, can you see the shadow? We're going to use the truck and the wheels and the shadow there. So I have that mounted up. And then the truck itself and the shadow. And then there are some cute sentiments there, but we're going to use the Sending You Sunny Thoughts Isn't that cute? And then wishing you a festive Christmas. Remember how I said you could use that for Christmas special delivery. Every day is a fresh start. I love that. Every day is a fresh start. Thank you so much, you guys. Thanks for the hearts. All right, so let's go ahead and build our scenery. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is the ground. I'm going to bring in that gray granite. That's what I had that for. So we are going to use that. I'm going to take that shadow and I'm going to make a ground, kind of. It's my ground. And I'm going to stamp it on the circle twice, as low as I can go without really going too much off of the circle, if that makes sense. So there's the first one. Let me show you what I mean when I say that. So can you see I kind of fit that shadow, and then I'm going to do another one right on top because I want it to look maybe a little bit like a road. We'll keep it in the same direction, and I'm just going to put it right on top of the other one. I don't really mind if it overlaps or if it doesn't. Kind of looks like tire tracks, so I'm okay with that. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is grab our tree. So remember, there are two pieces to the tree. It's two-step stamping. So let's talk about it. This is the outline. Can you see that? Maybe I need to bring a little bit of white so you can see that. Let's use this so you can see how it differs. Thanks for the thumbs up. So you see, I just want you to see how it differs. Also, the tree itself, there's a trunk of the tree on there. And then this is just to color the leaves. So we're gonna put two trees in our world, and I'm gonna try to put this tree to the far right as it is facing me. And I kind of want it on, I want the whole tree. So I'm going to put it way to the top here. And we're going to do that with black memento. So let me cover the gray granite because I don't trust myself. And then we'll open the black memento, and then we're going to stamp the tree twice. So I'm going to put the first one here, and I want the top of the tree as high as I can get it, and then I'm going to put another one right next to it, almost to the top of the circle there. So let's see how good we're able to do this. And it doesn't bother me if the bottom of the tree is in our little tire tracks that we made. I'm okay with that. And then I'm just going to put another tree right next to it, and I want it a little higher. And I don't really want them overlapping, but I want them very close. But I want this one right towards the top. There we go. So let me show you what I meant by that. Oh, you guys, this is going to be so cute, so cute, so cute. All right. The stamping, the two-step stamping, I tell you, I am such a fan of it because you can make quick and easy cards. And sometimes I'm in the mood for more involved cards, but most of the time, I don't want it to feel like a chore. I want it to feel like fun, right? So I'm using Old Olive to color the leaves of my trees. So in my little play world here, it is definitely not fall yet, and it is not winter because my leaves are green. But if you want your leaves to be another color, they can be. They can be whatever color ink you have in your stash. That's what I found out. All right, so we'll go ahead and put that away. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some Stampin' Blends, and I've already gotten them out. I have two, and first we're going to just color our tree trunk in with crumb cake. So if you're not familiar with our Stampin' Blends, they come as a two-step. Two-step. Boy, I'm on that two-step, right? They come as a two-set, so you get a light and a dark of each. And each end has a different tip. So there's a brush tip on one end. I'm a super big fan of the brush tip because you cover a lot of real estate really quickly with that. And then there's, I don't know what you call this tip. a rounded tip, kind of, maybe. There we go. So thank you guys. I'm going to use the darker one, and we're going to use that rounded tip because the area that we're coloring it's small, right? So I want it a little bit more controlled, and that's it. Not a lot of coloring. And also, if you don't know much about alcohol ink markers, the alcohol moves, so you really want to stay inside of the lines if that's the look you're trying to achieve. Otherwise, if you want a watercolor look, use that brush tip. You will love it. It covers really good. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we need a little scrap of basic white. So let me grab a piece of basic white. Let's make sure that it's not thick. We want regular basic white. I had a scrap here somewhere, but I think I used it because I wanted to show you some of the other features of the truck. So we'll just make another one here. I shared with you, I think last week, when I cut a piece of cardstock because I need just a piece of it. I kind of showed you, if you want to go back and look, and I gave you the reasoning for the way I cut it to kind of maximize and to be able to use the remainder. Smart cutting, I shared that tip with you. Okay, so we have a scrap here, and we're going to go ahead and stamp our truck. So we need to bring the memento back. And let's sit it here. And then remember, our truck, just like all of the other pieces, is 2 steps. So there's an outline. Let's get rid of the glare, I think. And we're just gonna tap that right onto our black memento and just stamp it down. And then, let's see, I'm not quite sure. Let's stamp it at the top too, because it matters for ease when it comes to punching it out, because we're going to use the coordinating punch to stamp this out. So I'm not sure if it's going to be, which side is going to be easier. I think it's going to be the top one. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and color in. So we'll bring in the filler for our truck. So there's the filler. Oh, you can see it better without my hand there. All right, and we're going to stamp our truck with Misty Moonlight. So let's go ahead and just tap up. You know, that looks like I used red, doesn't it? I didn't. I used Copper Kettle or something orange, and it stained the stamp. It stained it red. But I promise you, I will probably make red trucks for Christmas, but I haven't yet. All right, so then you just need to kind of hover over. I'm going to bring this a little closer to me just so I don't have to stick my head in your way. But because the stamp is clear and the black is clear, the photopolymer, you can kind of see where you need to stamp. Now, I may not be doing so well because I'm not right over it, but that is because that doesn't look good. Because I don't want to stick my head in the way. Let's try this again. I think we need to do this one anyway, so let's hope we get this one a little better. I'm gonna hover over it just a little bit and stamp it down. I should be using a Stampin' Pierce mat, so don't be me. Use a Stampin' Pierce mat. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is, I think I showed you on the stamp set, can you see the tires? So this little stamp is to fill the tires in, and I've gone ahead and mounted it, and it's only going to add the detail to the flowers. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did, kind of hover over both of them, and I'm going to use black because that Misty Moonlight is kind of dark. I think it will lighten up a little bit as we go, but so I just inked the tires up a little bit with the black Memento, and in the same fashion, I'm just gonna kind of hover over and let's turn it around. See if I can see it a little better. But we're just gonna hover over and stamp it down. Let's try this one first. Very good. Oh, look at that one. I did fantastic. This one, maybe not. Oh, it looks good. Good enough, good enough. All right, and then I have more Stampin' Blends here. I have the gray granite, and I think I'm gonna take the light gray granite and I'm just gonna give a little bit of color to the rims of the tire. Right? You don't have to, you can leave them, and I'm just scribbling, so no big deal. No big deal. My stamping leaves something to be desired. All right. And I think that's the extent of it. No. I wanted to show you. There is a tiny little Farm Fresh. Do you see that? This is a label or advertisement for the side of the truck. And we're going to use that because I think it's cute. They're little tiny words that go on the door of the truck. And so we're going to add them right to the door because I think they're cute. Oh, it is ever so cute. There we go. Let me show you. Oh gosh, it's so adorbs. Adorbs, you guys, adorbs. All right, so here is our truck. Thank you for the thumbs up. Look at that little Farm Fresh. Isn't that cute? Cute, cute, cute. You know what? I am looking. So it is by design. It is by design, the white areas that you see there. So it's not really my stamping. It's by design. I can see it on both of them. So that's detail. I bet you we could make this truck look a little rusty, like an old truck too, if we wanted. If we wanted to, we could do that. We don't want to today. We're not doing it. All right, so then let's go ahead and bring in our coordinating punch, and we're gonna punch our truck out. So let me just talk about the punches a little bit, just a little, if you're not familiar with the punches. And you can see, you can use this, and I'm gonna show you when we're done with our card. You can use this punch without this stamp set if you want. I did, but I did it on color cardstock, and I'm just gonna show you. I've already done it, so I'll pop in and show you. But on the bottom of our stamps, there's a lock. So can you see, this is for storage, for the purposes of storage. And you just slide the lock and it pops open, right? Thank you. Thank you, guys. And so remember I said I didn't know which truck I needed to put in for the ease of cutting it out. And I think I'll cut them both out. But so that you know, if you stamp your truck at the bottom, then you can slide right in and punch it out, right? I like to punch upside down because then that lets me see where I want to position the punch before I do so. And then I do so. And then if you notice, I think I told you, so this is like, maybe it's a little 1/2-inch circle, that's the tire. And then this is the wheel well for the tire. And then there's a window. And I think I just punched out that window. I want to use it. I think I'm going to put it over that window so I can add a little bit of detail. There it is. It's inside of the punch. So that's a window. I think we're going to put that window on there. It's a little big. Let's see how it goes. It'll go like that. Yeah, we're going to use that. I think we'll use that window. I want to add a little bit of detail to the window. All right, so we're done with the punch. Let us put our little window. I think we can get rid of our scrap, but I won't put it too far away because I don't know if we're done or not. And then we're going to add the truck to the front of our circle. Let's see. Let's make sure I get that window right. I don't know. I want to shade that window somehow. So I'm going to go ahead and put the window on with, I'm going to use liquid, multi-purpose liquid glue. And then I'm also going to probably use my take your pick tool so that I can pick up that window and place it. I'm going to put just a little bit of glue right on that window. Now you don't have to. There's a steering wheel inside of that window. So if you don't want to use the window punch, you don't have to. But you could really spruce up your stamped truck if you wanted to with the wheel well stamps and that. We're not going to do it, but you could. You could. All right, so here's our little truck so far, and we're just gonna make the window look like a window. So I think I'm gonna bring in that gray granite again. Let's bring in the light gray granite. And you know how sometimes when a window's closed, you get the little lines that make it look like a closed window? I'm gonna do that. And then I have a Wink of Stella. Have you guys seen, do you know about Wink of Stella? Oh my gosh. Hi, Polly. How are you? Welcome to my craft room. Thanks for coming to hang out with us. So Wink of Stella, you guys, is a glitter shimmer. It's shimmer. It's not glitter. So it's kind of like a paint pen, and it gives a little bit of shimmer. And we're going to put a little bit of that on our window too. So maybe we have tinted windows or mirror windows. We have a cool Farm Fresh truck. How about that? So a little bit of Wink of Stella on the window, and then we're just gonna pop our truck down so it's driving down the street. I want to see a little bit of that road. Let's see, I'm not seeing enough of the road. I'm gonna put, let me grab that gray granite, and maybe I'm gonna make another little bit of road because I want that, I want the truck down a little bit. So let's give it some more road. We have ink and stamps and paper. Stamps, ink, and paper, sip. If you ever hear someone say, take a sip, and they're referring to stamping, it probably means stamps, inks, and paper. So let's just give another little shadow at the bottom there. And now we have 3, but that's okay. And then we're going to take some Stampin' Dimensionals and pop up our truck, and we'll put it right on our scenery. So our truck is driving down the road. All right, here we go. Kind of on the bottom there. Let's do it again. Yeah, so my shadow was a little high, but that's okay because the truck is going to cover it and no one's ever going to know. Isn't that cute? Look at that truck. Super, super, super cute. All right, so let's go ahead and assemble the rest of our card. So we're done with most of our stamping, and actually I have a piece of basic white that is 1/2 inch, and I don't know how long it is, probably 5 or 6 inches. It doesn't matter, we're going to cut it down. But I'm going to use this to stamp our sentiment. So let's go ahead. We're using that sending you sunny thoughts. So that's the sentiment we're going to use. I'm going to bring in the basic black. And we're going to stamp this right down. I could have actually used another circle for the sentiment. I didn't think about that. This is my go-to. You'll see me do this a lot. It's a way for me to add the sentiment when I'm when I don't want it to take up a lot of space. All right, so let's go ahead and assemble the pieces of our card. So remember, we had our card base, which is 8 1/4 by 4 1/4. We scored it at 5 1/2. And let's give it another little burnish. I have black ink on my fingers. A good thing that we're going to be covering that up. And let's start with a little flap on the front. So like I said, you'll see this card a lot in the other orientation, but we're gonna have it fold up from the bottom this time. And I'll grab a little Stampin' Seal Plus. And remember, I want to see a lot of the trees. So we're just going to mount it onto the Night of Navy. Thank you, Polly. Thank you so much. I love this little truck. I have been waiting and waiting to use it, and I'm going to use it as much as I can, and I'm going to challenge myself to make other than red trucks, unless it's specifically a Christmas card, but then maybe not even then. What about a pink truck or a purple truck? That would be cool. All right, and then we're going to bring in our larger piece of Night of Navy and the larger piece of Designer Series paper, and I'm going to place the trees outward because I like them and I want to see them. Let's give it a little more here. And let's adhere this right down. So this is the easy peasy layering and card mats. The Designer Series paper, when it's beautiful, I love letting it do the work. Sometimes, every now and then, I'll get really involved with the stamping. But most of the time, I love the paper. And so, why not use the paper, right? So we're going to put this right inside. Add a little bit of adhesive here. And just kind of give it an even border around all of the sides. All right, so this is what we have so far. Hi, Michelle. Welcome to my craft room. Hello, hello. Thank you for hanging out. All right, so let's put the cinnamon on last because honestly, I think I'm going to put it on the bottom, but I don't really know. Now, let me tell you, the larger white die cut that I made is for the inner sentiment on the card, okay? And we're going to put that on first so we know where to place the truck on the front because we want to cover that right up, okay? So we're going to actually add some adhesive and plop this right down in the center. I've made this card lots of times with different shapes, and you'll follow the same principle. If you want the inside mat not to show. And if you are really confident in your stamping, you can add that mat now, as I have done. If you are not so confident, you probably want to do your stamping first in case it's not perfect. Then you can do it again on another piece, right? I oftentimes, very oftentimes, stamp the sentiment later. Gives me a little more freedom in the way that I use the card and the purpose that I use it for. All right, and so this is what we're gonna do. And I'm just deciding whether I want dimensionals, and you know, I do. Let's see if I want them, which layer I want them between though. All right, so let's go ahead. So now the other trick is I'm gonna add Stampin' Seal only to the bottom third of this Night of Navy die cut because I don't want, or yeah, maybe third. I don't want it to stick to the back of the card because we have to open it, right? So you're going to be very careful about adhesive placement. And with that in mind, I'm just going to put it right on top of that basic white die cut and then glue it right down. You see that? So we have no worries. These colors are really nice together, you guys. Stampin' Up! Did a good job. I am not a blue person mostly, unless it's really bright. I just like bright colors. I'm drawn to them. But these, I love this together. All right, and then let's go ahead and grab some dimensionals because, you know, nothing in my world is going to be flat. This is a new sheet. Let's see. I think we have sheets in progress. Let me find a sheet in progress. I just had another one. Oh, here we go. I knew I did. All right, and then we'll add a few dimensionals here. I think 3 is usually what I do, unless it's a really big circle. This time I am gonna take my Take Your Pick tool. This is a fantastic tool. If you don't have one in your craft room, you need one. They're great. All right, and then we'll just center this. No embellishments tonight, you guys. But I think that, yeah, I think this is a good place for that. And I'm gonna do what I like to do a lot of times is, I do 2 things. I'll cut a banner edge, but I don't think that this is, it could be. Shall we do a banner? Let me do it kind of long and see. Let's see, we could do a banner. I'll just put a little snip right in the center and then go from corner to center and corner to center again. That's how you make a banner if you didn't know. My hands are a little shaky today. You see that? It's cute. Banner or no banner? Yes, Beth, I agree. There's enough going on. Yes, I love your fashion sense. There's enough going on there. Oh, thank you, Julie. Do you think we can get away with a banner? Let's do it. So we'll just cut on the other side and we'll give it that nice little banner. And if it doesn't work out, we can always cut it off. It's our card. We can do what we want to, right? So again, if you've not made a banner this way before, you'll just go right in the center and put a little snip. And then you'll snip from the corner to the peak of the cut that you made, and you'll do that on both sides. It gives you a nice little banner cut. This is such a small. I'm probably shaky because I haven't really eaten today. I had, oh guys, I ate so horribly today. I had pasta salad for lunch and no protein. There was barely any cheese in it. So I had a bowl of pasta salad, so horrible. Probably like a whole cup full, and a cookie. That is not the greatest lunch. So that's probably why I'm a little shaky. Okay, I think I like it. So I think, I wonder if it'll be too much on dimensionals. No, you can never have too much dimension. What am I thinking? Why did I even say that aloud? I don't know. Oh, thank you, Polly. I think the blue truck is cute too. Thank you so much. Thank you, Julie. I think it's a cute card. And I'm going to bring it close so you can see that shiny window because I think it looks pretty cool. All right, here we go. Here is our done truck. Let me bring that. Let's see if I can move it. Can you see the shimmer on the window? Thank you. Thank you for the hearts and the thumbs up. Thank you. Yeah, there's some shimmer on that window. That wink of Stella is pretty cool. And so then you would stamp your sentiment and then just fold down for the inside sentiment. You could write on it or you can stamp whatever you'd like. Thank you. Thank you. So let me show you guys. I was going to show you. Remember I said, oh, there's that other. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So let's put it on. Let's bring back in that Here's the truck. Are you able to see it? I have a little bit of shadow. I couldn't tell that shadow, but here's the truck with just the punches. I stamped it onto the Misty Moonlight, but isn't that kind of cool? Look at that, the fat tire wells. Super cute. And then I just wanted to show you also, so all of the things that you can put inside of the truck. I didn't do the palm tree because that palm tree has some height on it, and I thought I was going to stamp it here in the middle, but it was a little bit too tall, so I just didn't, but I can show it to you again. But they're the little Christmas gifts. Look at, isn't that cute? And you know, I saw this truck, and I saw them make a really tall, so they did like maybe a slimline or something. It had to be, because the you ever see a picture with the gifts that go way up, so they stacked them. That was super cute. So I say that just to say that the way the gift packages are made, you could do that. I don't know how they did it, but then here are some flowers. There's our Christmas tree. There are 3 little planters. Can you see the little planters with the flowers in it? There's a little pail. They're little pails. So cute. And then there is, I stamped it a little bit crooked, but there's the wooden rail. And there's a 2-step filler for that as well. So a lot of different ways you can use this truck. It's really, really versatile. So as we say good night, don't forget what the host code is for. It's just so that I can give you free stuff if you shop with me. The trucking along comes with the coordinating Stampin' Punch. It is an online exclusive, so if you're in my online store on the left pane, if you'll scroll down to online exclusives, you can shop the online exclusives and you'll find it there. It is back in stock. It was unorderable, which means that it sold out, but it is back in the store now. And then we used for the dies that we used the Stylish Shapes. You guys know it's my favorite. Look how cute that is. It's my favorite. So we used these Stylish Shapes. I'll put the card here so we can look at it. And then we just used a handful of inks and some Stampin' Blend. So a handful of inks. We did not use the Balmy Blue. We didn't use the Crumb Cake. I wasn't sure if I was going to, but no. So we used Misty Moonlight, and then we used the Old Olive for the tree, and we used, did we use Gray Granite? Yeah, our shadow was Gray Granite. So those are the inks that we used, and then we used the Gray Granite and Crumb Cake Stampin' Blend markers. And of course, take your pick. And then the black memento. All right, let's go ahead and see your lovely faces. You guys are so beautiful. If no one's ever told you, you are adorable. All right, you guys. Well, as always, thanks a million for hanging out in my craft room with me. I so appreciate you. I don't take you for granted. If you need anything, or if you want to say hi, make sure to leave comments below. If you're watching the replay, leave a comment. If you are watching on YouTube, say hey. I love it. I love to chat. If you have questions, leave them. I will go back and answer or respond. And with that being said, you guys, I hope you have a really crafty weekend. And I will be back here to create with you next week. Same place, same time. Thank you for being here. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.